I think of football players, and you think these big husky guys. What did you play?
Fullback, was a running back.
Look at there. And you see, here you got these big guys, and they're out there playing. But I hear that the average life of a football player when they play a long span of time is maybe 55 years.
No, that's what life expectancy.
And
that's a life expectancy. There have been studies that they're doing now. They're working with all of us to try and gather more information. But the life expectancy is much less than a normal person.
And why is it? Because they've just used their body so hard for so long?
I think that's it. Most of us, if you make it all the way to professional football, you've probably played at least 20 years of ball, starting at 7 years old, Pop Warner, whatever, working your way on through. And I think it takes a toll on the body. We're doing a lot of work right now looking at concussions, how seriously concussions affect us all as we get older, so it takes a toll on the body.
So with you, you had the hand problem.
I had, for the last 3 years, I've had no feeling whatsoever in my left hand. I had almost no mobility in this wrist, and this wrist was starting to go bad, starting to get a tingling in this hand also. And Ken came and presented the product and the company to the NFL Alumni Board of Directors. I liked the way he talked about product being Omega XL. We listened. I liked his approach, and that his approach was not necessarily to make money. His approach was, I've got something that's going to help you and help your caring for kids, which is what the alumni is all about. I like that approach, so I listened intently. I did my studying, and I told the guys, I said, I'm going to take this because I'm going to know fairly quickly. I've got something that just doesn't work. I took the product, Omega XL. I took this product for about 2 weeks. And I started getting the feeling back in my hand. The tingling had gone from my right hand. Within 3 weeks, basically, maybe let's say 3.5 weeks, I had full use of my hand again. I have all the feeling in my hand. I could button my shirts. My wife doesn't have to come button my shirts for me any longer.
Isn't that a great feeling?
It's unbelievable. And I had total mobility again in my wrists. You know, and from Omega XL, I tried a number of products. We'd all tried them, whether it be prescription or non-prescription. This product works. And I can say it. It works, and it's not something, I don't talk about things I don't believe in, and I believe in this product, and it's, I'm very pleased to be associated with Omega XL, and it's just a great product. If it works for an old broken-down football player like me, it's got to work for everybody. And we haven't found anyone that it doesn't help.
Did you have knee problems or anything?
Yes, ma'am. I have one artificial knee, a number of operations. I have this knee has a number of operations, and some arthritis in that also. Since I started using Omega XL, I am basically pain-free.
Randy, the entire board of directors, that day that you folks were so gracious to invite me there, and I made a presentation, this big table, all these football players. All the players around the table, how many have had a positive effect on you?
There were 7 of us around the table there, 1 on the phone, and we are, Omega XL and Great HealthWorks is batting 1,000. Every single guy has written back to either Ken or myself or Frank Krauser at our headquarters and said, this product is working for me. I haven't played golf in 2 or 3 years. I'm back on the golf course. That was our gentleman on the West Coast. Another one who said, you know, I have a hard time, as most of us have had, walking from one chair to another. And I was talking to one of the other gentlemen with us tonight, same thing. He said, I'm walking fine. My hips aren't hurting. My elbows aren't hurting. I just feel good again.
That is so great. I want to tell you, and all those guys to have that same thing happen. You know, sometimes they'll say, well, it can happen to you, but what about you? And you have batted 1,000%. Everybody.
With our board, we have. And, you know, I don't think it's surprising to Ken and his group because they know. I think it's very surprising to our guys, but now it's not surprising to me any longer because now I know. But, you know, it's something that we need to get out to more people. And we're looking very much to get involved with the NFL. Because the players today, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, there are more injuries, and this will help them.
Well, I want to tell you, if you don't believe that, I mean, here we go. And this is why NFL, you're the only product that they have endorsed.
Well, the NFL alumni, Randy can speak to that. He's the chairman of the NFL alumni board. Randy, I don't think you've done these kind of partnerships with any companies before, have you?
We have not. We have not. we haven't found many products that work.
That work.
We have a lot of people who approach us. A lot of people have come to us with something to get involved. And I think two things. Number one, the product. Number two, the approach that Great HealthWorks came to us with. As I said earlier, I've got something that will help you, and it will help the kids. So that's why there's a partnership going on now, and that's the kind of people we want to be involved in. A product that works, a product that helps ourselves and people around us and everyone, and that will help us help the young people who are less fortunate than we are. And that's our motto, caring for kids.
You know, when I heard this about 50 kids dying, or people, a lot of NFL players dying at 55, I made my mind up. My grandson, who plays both football and baseball, he better stick to baseball. Today, when you said that, I was going to call him. I hadn't had time yet, but I was going to tell him, because he's a star baseball player. But he wants to get in football, and he's playing football, too. I don't know how good he's doing at that, but why wreck yourself when you're a great baseball player?
Well, luckily, I played both sports.
You did?
And I had a chance
too?
to be professional in both, but I don't know, if something gets in your blood, you just love it. And I think even though many of us are beat up, we'd probably go back and do it again.
Do it again.
And if I had this product, I could go back and play again.
You could play forever.
And I wouldn't have to worry about it.
You could probably suit up now if you want to.
No, I can't do that. Not at 65. I'm very pleased and very proud to even have an association with Omega XL personally, and now that the NFL alumni has partnered up. It's just a phenomenal product. If it works for me, as I said earlier, it'll work for anybody.
Well, the great thing about it is, just think, you can now button a button that you couldn't do before.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. And unless you've not been able to do it, you don't understand how awesome that is.
Oh.
You can move your hands, which you couldn't move before.
No.
That's awesome.
You can golf. You couldn't golf, but you
Well, Ken came in November, and I'm from the East Coast in Connecticut, and we were in the middle of winter, obviously. And I hadn't played golf since last summer. I got on the product, and 2 weeks ago I came down to, I went down to Florida to some buddies of mine, and I played 18 holes of golf, 5 straight days, hit balls prior to a round and after the round, which I couldn't do for the last 4 or 5 years, and I had no pain. I felt good. Didn't help my score any, which we're trying to work on.
Well,
but
I mean, what are you going to put something extra in there for
that's what I said.
high score? You know.
But I could play pain-free.
That's wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, because, I mean, then it's enjoyable.
Yes, ma'am.
When it's painful, you just get me off this course
you're right.
as fast as you can.
You're right. It just
Yeah.
it wasn't fun doing it, and this was great fun being able to play again. And I had all my friends said, "Well, you seem to be doing really well and playing, not playing well, but you're pain-free." I said, "I am," and
Yeah.
I had to tell them about this product.